Kenya's economy has been blowing hot and cold over the years, and the COVID-19 didn't make it any better. And according to Central Bank of Kenya Governor Patrick Njoroge, Kenya's economy is poised to grow at 5.7% in 2022 compared to 7.5% in 2021. Now, key drivers of the industry, of course, the main indicators show that education system, transportation, hotel industries are now back from the shackles of COVID-19. But there's one thing, inflation is biting hard in the country. So what's the relation between economic growth and inflation in Kenya? Kenyan inflation moved closer to the ceiling of the central bank's target range in May as prices of food and basic goods, including laundry soap, soared. The government has said an inflation target ranged between 2.5% and 7.5%.
Inflation to growth, etc. Really all those things, the channels are clear, right? But I think the most important one that I would put out there is consumer confidence. And indeed also confidence of investors. It shows that really the macro is, the macroeconomics or the macroeconomy is sort of out of work, you know, meaning weak.
According to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, the annual inflation rate climbed to 7.1% from 6.5% in April. That's the highest level since February 2020. Experts warn the high cost of living is now being felt across the country.
Our economy is designed in such a way that there's a small proportion of people that you can almost say hold quite a big chunk of our GDP or our economy. Then there's these many people who benefit or have a very small proportion of it. And now those are the people who, when they hear that the economy is growing by 5.7%, wanashanga, they wonder what you're talking about. Because for them, money is less and less in their pockets. For them, when they want to go out there and buy things, prices keep going. And in people's minds, economic growth is supposed to mean that we have more money or things are cheaper and stuff like that. So inflation is one of the things that is making people not understand when you're saying that the economy is growing. But there's also the issue of...
According to new projections by the African Development Bank, Kenya's real GDP growth will next year trail the performance of its East Africa community partners, except Tanzania and Burundi, partly hurt by inflationary pressures.
There has got to be a lot of caution when we're throwing it out there and saying the economy grew by this percent. Let's come down to looking at these basic things that affect people's lives. Have incomes increased, have more meaningful job opportunities increased.
The effects of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which has led to a surge in the cost of fuel and basic commodities, is beginning to hurt many economies in Africa. Majority have now been forced to cut back spending on non-essential items and are hoping the situation will improve quickly so that they can have an extra income which will improve the purchasing power. Mudimba, CGTN, Nairobi, Kenya.